Okay, hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this video is just going to be a quick updated makeup tutorial video, and for any info on this hair, just check out the description bar down below. So first I'm just going to start with this Kate Somerville EradiKate acne treatment. I like this a lot because it just helps to kind of keep my acne under control. And as you can see, my trouble spots are kind of a little bit of everywhere, like my chin, my upper lip, my forehead, in between my brows and my cheeks. Okay, so after I've applied that to my trouble spots, I just kind of let it dry for a couple of minutes. Then I go in with a Q-tip to just kind of rub it into my skin, and then I just kind of pat the rest in with my fingers. Okay, and then I go in with my Instant Perfector by Clinique, and I just apply that all over my face and just massage it in with my fingers. Okay, next I grab my orange LA Girl concealer in my small e.l.f. precision brush, and I just use that to cover up all of my dark spots. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. contour brush to blend everything in. Now I'm going to take this foundation in the color All Chocolate with this flat foundation brush and apply that all over my face. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of sun over the summer, and this foundation is too light for my face, but I try to make it work throughout the video. Now I'm going to take the same foundation in the color Ebony Brown and just kind of put that around my hairline to contour. And then I'm going to take the same foundation but in the color Black Walnut with the same brush and mix that in to make my perfect contour shade. Okay, so these brushes are by e.l.f. and they both are their small stippling brush. I have one for contouring, and then I use another one for highlighting. These brushes are awesome and they're very cheap. Now I'm going to go back to All Chocolate and just dab that under my eye for a more natural makeup look. I don't mind the highlighted look underneath the eye, but I do like to do this beforehand so that my highlight doesn't look too harsh. Okay, so now I'm going to take my concealer in the color Fawn, the LA Girl concealer, and just kind of apply that to all of my areas that I want to be highlighted. I don't apply much because I know I'm going to go back in and add a shade of foundation that will make my highlight a little bit more flattering for my skin tone. Then I take this Revlon ColorStay foundation and I use this little eyeshadow brush to kind of apply it to the areas that I've already applied the Fawn to, and I just kind of mix the two together. Then I go back to my favorite brush, my e.l.f. Stippling brush, and I use that to blend out my highlighted areas. And for my highlight, I just follow from the corner of my mouth to the corner of my eye. So I blend that out and I pat on my upper lip so I don't wipe off too much of the foundation, and I wipe the brush with the back of my hand when I get ready to blend out underneath my eye because I don't want it to be too harsh underneath my eye. And the worst part about highlighting is when you have to highlight a huge pimple. Now I'm going to take this brush right here and blend out my nose area, and I'm also going to leave a link of where I got all of these brushes in the description bar down below. The same brush that I blended my cheek and chin highlight out with, I take that and I blend out my forehead highlight, and I put some of that on my eyelids as well underneath my brow. Then I take some black walnut and I use this little eyeshadow brush right here, and I begin to contour my nose. So when I contour my nose, I just try to make it as natural as possible. I try not to go beyond the natural edge of the bridge of my nose. So I try to keep it as tight as possible while also trying to make it look as natural as possible. Then I take some Chocolat with this little e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I just use that to kind of clean up my nose contour. This shade is one shade or a couple of shades lighter than black walnut. So I just use that to kind of carve that out and then push the foundation down because I haven't put any foundation on my nose yet. And I just use that to kind of make that nose contour a little bit more sharp and natural. Then I take this little brush that I got from a brush set from BH Cosmetics. It has like a little 5 on the side of it, so I guess it's like a number 5 or something. And I just use that to blend out my nose contour. Then I take the same brush that I contoured my nose with to go underneath my nose, and I also take that same BH dual fiber brush and just kind of blend that out underneath my nose in the middle of my lip. And then I take my highlighting brush and then I go and hit my cubic bow with that same highlighting brush that I used to mix my cheek highlight. And then I just blend it out. So this brush right here is actually a nail brush, but I like to use it to carve out my contour. It's like one of those brushes that you use when you're doing acrylic nails. But I just take a little bit of that black walnut, I tap it onto the brush, and then I do like a bottom heavy C for my contour. Then I take my e.l.f. stippling brush and I just blend it out. And here you can see it's a lot more carved out than my right side. And so I take this little flat eyeliner brush with a little bit of that ebony brown color, and I just try to deepen up that contour a little bit. Then I go back in with my highlighting brush just to kind of blend out any harsh lines. After I contour that cheek, I take the same brush and go underneath my jawline, and then I repeat on the other side. So I ordered these little palettes from Amazon. I think they're called Modern Fashion. I have the light one and I also have a darker one. I think it's in the color 1 and the other palette is in the color 2. I take this color with this little foundation brush and then I carve out my cheek contour with a lighter powder. And I blend it out with my Real Techniques powder brush. So I'm gonna do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. So for your brows, they don't have to be perfect, just make sure they're above your eyes and you'll be okay. I'm not a pro at eyeshadow, so I usually just stick to putting foundation on my eyelids. So I put black walnut all over my eyelid and then I go back and put ebony brown on the bottom half of my eyelid. Then I take this dark brown eyeliner by Wet n Wild and tight line above my lash line. And for mascara, I use Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes. And then I go back into my Modern Fashion palette. And I set my highlighted areas with that third shade on the right. And I'm using the palette number 1. And so anywhere that I highlighted, I just go back in and I set it, even that pimple. Then I go back in with this Modern Fashion palette. This is the number 2 palette. And I use this color right here to contour all over my face. And I contour with this e.l.f. Complexion Brush. So I just load the brush with the powder. And then I get rid of the excess on the back of my wrist, just so I can evenly coat the brush. And then I contour my hairline, my cheeks, and then underneath my chin. And also underneath my nose. I take this yellow LA Girl concealer in this small e.l.f. precision brush, and I add a little dot on my nose for more of a highlighted look on the tip of my nose. And then I clean off all of the makeup from the back of my hand with a little makeup wipe, and I also use the makeup wipe to clean off all of the foundation and concealer off of my top lip. I don't really use lipstick a lot, especially for like everyday looks. I just go in with a little chapstick, and then that's it. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.